Okay, so one of the key things that we need when we're working with computers is a way to store information. Okay, now on the computer we generally have a file system. So this here is a bunch of files, and each one of these has information associated with them. So we can have a look and see when something was created, modified, all that kind of stuff. And what's storing these is, in the case of a file system, it's metadata, but what we would call it is a variable. Okay. Now, variable, if we look it up in the dictionary, is not consistent or having a fixed pattern, liable to change, able to be changed or adapted. So, a variable is something that we can change. It is information that we can set and change at a later date. Now, that's not always the case. I believe in PHP, it's generally the case that it can be set and then not, and then reset again and again. But we've got a special way of declaring what a variable is. And if we look at the PHP Variables documentation on W3 Schools, very nice documentation, we can see here that $x is equal to 5. Okay? Now, that means that the variable x, that's what the $sign's all about, is equal to 5. So if I go in here and instead, let's say I want animal 1, okay? I want that to be equal to baboons, okay? And instead of echoing specifically baboons, maybe I do, maybe I just do echo and then I go animal 1. Let's save that. And if we reload our page, here. Oh no! What's happened here is I've been doing non-PHP languages for too long. I need a semicolon at the end of every row. So try that again. There we go. We see that says baboons. Whoop-de-doo. What's the deal? Well, let's imagine at some point in our program we changed it to zebras. Oh my lord. There we go. That's how you spell zebras. And when I refresh, you can see it changes to zebras. So I can refer to things and use them as much as I like. This is a very basic demonstration of what they are, but they're very useful for storing information and referring to it later, especially if getting that information in the first place is really intensive. Like if we have to go out to a database or we have to get information from another website, that takes quite a lot of resources and takes quite a lot of time. So if we can do that once at the start and then just use it over and over again, that's much better. You can see that we can actually, if I wanted to do heading tags on this, I can still do that because PHP is smart enough to work out, we're going to need to make that a proper closing tag. It's smart enough to work out that this is a variable, okay? Even though I've just put it in there, it's figured it out. It's smart. So, save that. We go over here. We see at the moment, zebras is just zebras. If I refresh, now it's a heading 2. So, you can have a template of HTML, and then you just put the variable in wherever that thing may exist. It's kind of like the generalized designs we did for our websites. You know, we're going to have a number of pages that have very similar information on them. So we're going to say, like, if we had an online store, it would be product title and then product description. Or if we had a website about concepts, then we'd have, you know, concept title and then information about the concepts. Or recipes, we'd have the recipe title, we'd have the method, we'd have the ingredients, all that kind of stuff. And it would be likely that that's all variables because we want to do the design once and make it work so that we just pull from the database at a later stage. So that's a quick overview of variables, and we're going to continue using them as we go along. So it's a good thing to get your head around. If you need some help, please ask me and we'll go through the variables together.